Hey, what is up guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the Shadows of Evil storyline. My friend ND-David9 and I have both been talking about the Shadows of Evil storyline, and we've sort of come up with a theory. Both of us sort of collabed together about this idea. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this video. I'll link his channel in the description. It's ND-David9. So yeah guys, it'd be really awesome if you could check that out, and I'm sure he'll really appreciate it. So as you guys probably know, we've got two trailers for Shadows of Evil. One came out yesterday and one a few months ago. So the trailer that I'm mainly going to be talking about in this video is the one that came out yesterday, as this links in with all of the characters and it goes into further detail about why they committed their sin and how it happened. Now obviously the trailer is really interesting to watch, but the main thing that stood out for me was the fact that before the characters killed their victim, they had a green glow which appeared like it was coming from the floor, which appeared on their face. Now it was only subtle for the femme fatale and the cop, but we can definitely see it for the magician and the boxer. The reason why this is weird is the fact that it looks like they're thinking about what they're going to do, and then the fact that when it goes green, that's when they decide they're going to do it. For example, the boxer, he looks quite calm. He does have the brass knuckles on and he's thinking about it, but when it goes green, that's when he's certain he's going to do it. The same with the magician. He looks quite calm. Obviously something's happened. He's in debt. His wife has been spending his money. He's severely in debt, and the only way that he can get out of it is if he kills her to claim the life insurance. Now when he picks up the knife, he looks quite calm. He could just potentially be practicing, because after all he is the world's worst magician, so he could be practicing. However, it is running through his mind that he could claim the life insurance, and that's why he got that phone call, and that made him rethink his decision. However, the thing that's odd is the fact that he looks quite calm. He picks up the knife, he's not sure whether he's going to do it or not. Then suddenly a green glow appears on his face and he looks angry, his eyes squint, and it's at this moment he's decided he's going to kill her, and he does. Now the same principle applies for the boxer. He hasn't been in the ring for 18 months, he's got 2 weeks to train, and he doesn't feel he's ready. This could potentially be his big break and he could have a massive career in boxing. However, we notice early on at this scene that he's got the brass knuckles on, and in my opinion he's probably contemplating whether to do it. Should he fight legitimately or should he use the brass knuckles? And he's got them on his fist, and it's at that point when it cuts to his face, and for a split second, a few frames after we see his face, it suddenly goes green. Now we're starting to see a pattern here, and as you probably figured out already, the same principle applies for the femme fatale and the cop. However, it is slightly less evident to see the green glow on their face. However, it is there and you can see it slightly. And this happens just before they're thinking about killing them, and then suddenly when you see the green glow, they kill their victim. So from what we can gather from this, he's witnessed the murder, he was there and he saw it happen. One potential theory could be that he is a type of being which can exist as a 2D shadow or in human form. Now the reason why he wasn't in human form was obviously because each of the 4 characters would have easily spotted him in the room. Then why did we see the green glow? Now personally I think this was here to show the fact that he has taken over them, he has made that decision for them. They don't have to think, oh should I kill them or not, because he is forcing their decision to be it so that they kill them, thus committing their sin. Now one thing that actually supports this theory is the fact that the femme fatale could have simply gone to that room to get the photos. Maybe she would seduce the man and then get the photos from him. However, she is literally him. So it kind of seems a bit odd that she would do that if she was going to murder him seconds later. So this is why I'm saying maybe she didn't actually think about killing him when she went there. She just planned on seducing him and then taking the photos from him, and it would all work out fine for her and her acting career. However, rather than doing that, she saw the scissors on the side, and in a moment when she turned green, she took the scissors and stabbed him. Maybe the Shadow Man placed the scissors there. It seems a bit odd just to have scissors on a bedside table, so it kind of seems a bit odd. Also in the magician's case, he was on the phone to his lawyer. Maybe the Shadow Man set up the whole scandal with his wife. Maybe he set him up, and we didn't actually see the magician talk to his wife about it. He just jumped to conclusion. He saw that he's in debt and he spoke to the lawyer. Potentially the Shadow Man could have been on the other side of the phone talking to him, explaining to him what's happened. After all, it is unclear what the voice on the other line is saying, and they could have done this on purpose so that we wouldn't actually know who who it is on the other line. However, in fact, his wife is actually innocent. The Shadow Man set it all up. So yeah, this could be one little theory, but the following quote supports the major idea that the Shadow Man definitely had a part in the fact that he influenced them to murder their victim, and this would be the following quote.
Why do you do the things you do?
As you just heard, he said, why do you do the things you do? And he says it in an odd tone of voice, and it's different from all the previous questions he's asked. The reason for this could be the fact that he knows why they did it, and it's because he was controlling them. And the reason why this would make sense is the fact that he's watching them, he knows who they are, and he knows what they've done. So if he knows so much about them, then surely that he knows that the femme fatale murdered the victim because he had pictures of her and she wanted to be an actress, and she couldn't have him being elite when she was an actress. With the cop, for example, the mayor wanted to be well known, and he wanted to make a name for himself, and this is by cracking down on police scandals which were taking place between police and civilians, and maybe one of the citizens had taken a bribe from the mayor to actually tell him what was going down and which cop did it. So this is in fact the reason why he murdered him. So surely the Shadow Man would know because he's been watching him, so surely he would know this. As for the boxer, the only way he can become famous again, because he's been out for 18 months, would be by winning against the best boxer at the time, and in fact killing the best boxer at the time. So the way he did this was with the brass knuckles, so surely the Shadow Man would know this as well, because if he's been watching him and the green glow appeared when he had the knuckle dusters on, he knows why he did it. Same with the magician, he was on the phone to his lawyer and he's in debt, and the lawyer is claiming that it is his wife which is the main cause of his debt problems, so he murders his wife to claim the life insurance. So basically what I'm trying to say is the Shadow Man knew what was going on, and the reason why he asked that question was simply because he's trying to be sarcastic. It's not like those 4 characters to murder someone, so the reason why they did it was because the Shadow Man influenced them, and that's why they're all together in that same room. So all the 4 characters are at the burlesque show where the femme fatale is performing, and then suddenly the Shadow Man is taking control of them, and it actually puts them in the new purgatory sort of squid/octopus mode, and this is how they survive the beginning of the zombie apocalypse. So at this time people are alive, however he makes them survive it by turning them into this mode, and they don't actually realise they were doing it, because when they wake up they look really confused, and they wake up in a different area and there's actually loads of blood around them, and in the femme fatale's case you can see a dead limb on the floor. So this could basically mean she was in the purgatory mode and she killed them, she woke up there. If you guys remember on Mob of the Dead, when you started the game you spawned in purgatory mode, your characters were sat on the floor, you revived your characters, and then you wake up and you're sat on the floor, and this happens for all the characters. You can see them sat on the floor and they're about to get up. Also something to note is the fact that they wake up with the symbol on their hand, and this actually matches the same symbol that we saw on the first poster for zombies for Black Ops 3. When they get up, zombies are chasing them, they don't know what's going on, and the zombies chase them in such a pattern that they all lead to the same location, which we know by the following quote.
I'll lead the way. I will show you the path.
And then personally I believe this could be the spawn room where they all meet up with each other, because it would kind of make sense. Also, as for the weapon, I do kind of believe we'll have pistols, because if you've seen the secret achievements, we will know that you can pack a punch on round 1, and we see a pistol which kind of looks sort of like an M1911, and a lot of people have been saying that we might have the melee weapon of the character's murder weapons. I do think this could be true. The fact that the boxer can punch zombies kind of would suggest that he does have brass knuckles, so I'm assuming that the characters might have a gun on them. Somewhere they'll find a gun, but their melee weapon might be the murder weapon. So the femme fatale the scissors, the knife for the magician, the boxer will have the brass knuckles, and as for the cop, he has the butt of his gun, which could potentially just be the normal gun, but when he melees he smacks them with the side of it, and that should be a cool animation if that is the case. Now this would make sense because after all we do see the boxer running and he punches a zombie, so it kind of seemed unfair. If you were the boxer in one game and your friend wasn't, then that's an unfair advantage in terms of melee. So I kind of think it would make sense if you had the murder weapon and they were all equal. And we actually see the boxer use this just before he meets up with the 4 characters at the location the Shadow Man has directed directed them to, which I believe is a spawn room. So it would make sense if we see the boxer with the brass knuckles then, with the same with the other characters with their murder weapon. So guys, thank you for watching this far into the video. It's been a long video, but hopefully it's been useful for you guys, and it will help you understand the game, and maybe it will help you understand the Easter egg, because you might have to know the storyline and a bit about it for finding a step in the Easter egg. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing a podcast and I'll be uploading it Friday, and I'm going to be doing that with Endy David 9, and as I mentioned at the start of the video, his channel will be in the description. So if you want to ask us any questions, just comment down below and we will look through the trailer and try and find anything that could support it and answer it to the best of our ability. But anyway guys, I really do appreciate you watching this far in, and it really means a lot. So please hit that like button if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.